I have 2 pens.
Happy New Year!
Is that how we start it?
That was my start.
5, 4, 3.
Welcome back, guys.
Welcome back.
Got another dev update.
I'm here with Sydney, my co-host.
I'm here with Chris, my co-host.
And it's 2023.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year! Hope you all had a great holiday break, or hope you had a holiday break, and I hope you're having a good start to your new year.
Yeah. Reflecting on last year, congrats on our very first community challenge.
Mm-hmm. The community.
The community.
Yes.
You guys killed it.
Yeah, early.
Yeah.
Very early. 3-tier goals with days to spare.
I know.
Yeah. It was really exciting watching it, watching the decorations fly onto the tree and seeing the excitement when the tiers were hit and people getting all the unlocks.
I know. It was great.
Mm-hmm.
I think for our first time, we were really happy with how it went.
There's some things we'll tweak. We learned a lot.
We did.
We learned at Halloween. We
Yep.
changed some things up. I love the interaction between the monsters and the teens. I loved the number of people playing. It was just nonstop action. It was really fun.
Yeah.
It was really great.
So yeah, stay tuned for future community challenges.
Mm-hmm. One thing I did want to say is it was really fun watching the monsters and teens participate together.
Yeah.
But there is a little bit of a problem with that. Just gaming the game, just going in and playing and not playing. It's good to complete some people's goals and help them out. Like if in the lobby someone says, hey, I really need to do this. Can you meet me here and do that? We don't mind that at all. But just the whole game being that is really upsetting for other players who want to play the game. So we aren't going to ban people for doing that, but we'd really strongly hope people don't just set up a farming system and farm the game. We want to see people playing the game. And a lot of people come to play the game. If they wait for a while to get into a game, we know our queues can be long, and then they don't get a game. It can be frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
So try to be respectful. I mean, in the community challenges, people worked together until they got the decorated tree, and then they fought, and that was awesome. We don't have a problem with that at all. In fact, that's what we were hoping would happen. But just stopping and farming with a monster not moving isn't a very fun experience. So. Happy Lunar New Year.
Happy Lunar New Year.
I think everyone who's played has seen the pack of goodies we have for the Lunar New Year. Some great costumes. A beautiful, scary rabbit costume that can be a full-bodied costume or just the head worn with other elements.
Mm-hmm. And then we have the men's Crimson Chan Shang, and we also have the Lunar Lady set with some shoes that are maybe my favorite shoes in the game.
Yeah, did you look at the back?
They're beautiful.
You know what? We asked Design requests things for, this is how it works here. Design puts a request in for different events, and we ask for a number of things. And sometimes they say, yeah, we can do this, or we can't do that. We'll see what we can do. And then it goes off to concept and the character team and the art team. And when we get things back, like this time, I was expecting a recolor of the rabbit costume from Christmas. I didn't think we'd get a whole new rabbit costume.
I know, it looks so good.
And it looks so good, like the detail on the back and like I said, the creepy head. I love the creepy head.
Yeah, so those are out now in a bundle.
There's also the one part, the W.A.R.T.
Oh my god, the W.A.R.T.
The W.A.R.T. with the fortune dragon skin is insane looking.
So good.
I saw it while Nick was working on it, and I just saw the arms, and I thought, I had no idea we were doing that. Like, just seeing the arms, like, that's amazing, and then seeing the whole thing together, and then mixing it with different traits and stuff, like, it just looks so cool. Looks so amazing. So super happy with that.
So we have a lot of gameplay updates today, which I think we need Jeff here for.
Yeah, and we're not going to snap.
No, we are done with the snapping.
Yeah, we're out-snapped.
I think we're out-snapped.
For a while, anyway. We might bring the snapping back.
Yeah, let us know in the comments. Do you want more snapping? Less snapping?
But you know what? I'm going to go get Jeff.
Okay.
I'll get him up here in a Jeffy.
Amazing.
Jeff.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome.
Thanks.
We were just talking about gameplay updates, and Sydney and I thought you were the person to talk to. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, no, that sounds good. Yeah, there's a few things we can talk about today's update.
Sure, jump in.
Yeah, so one of the things that we can look forward to in February is the dynamic bounty system update. So for quite a while, the bounty's been fixed for Monster. They've just been getting a flat amount just for playing
Yes, I guess we
Monster.
should step back a little for people who don't know what the bounty system is. The bounty system is an extra amount of flux we award depending on which role you take in the game. And right now we're awarding a bounty for playing as Monster role to encourage more players to play Monster role. So we're making a dynamic bounty system, which isn't a fixed bounty system. So
so instead it's going to be a little smarter and basically look at the matchmaking queue as it currently stands and try to award players for queuing into sections of the matchmaking system that would result in the fastest queue time. So the idea is, so say for example, and for those who don't know, we have individual hidden matchmaking skill ratings for every one of the monsters that you play. So a monster that you're really good at would have a higher ranking than a monster you've never played or are still learning.
So my Dollmaster would be really low. My
so
wolf would be okay.
It would be at different ratings.
Yeah.
So and the idea is if a certain part of the queue is filled with players who are waiting for a match, those areas would become hot. As in they really need to be filled with players. So if you happen to have a character that would fill that skill rating range, then we would give you a larger bounty for that. So you'll notice once the system's in place that different monsters will be awarded different bounties based on their position. So the idea is, if you want to hunt for the largest flux bonus you can get, you're going to be helping the entire community get faster matching. So.
Great.
Yeah, and alongside that, which is also a requested feature, was the quick play button. So the idea would be rather than having to choose whether you're playing Monster or Teen, you can just click a single button and say, I just want to get into a match as quickly as possible. And this system would use the dynamic bounty system and basically look through your list of characters, find the one with the highest bounty, and then just immediately queue you as that character.
So how does it know what Teen or Monster it's going to pick when it'll pick the monster according to what one's needed.
Exactly.
And but what about the teen?
Yeah, if a teen is what's needed for the matchmaking, which can happen, it doesn't have a separate skill rating for every teen, so it doesn't matter which teen you play. So
it goes by the last selected teen you had.
Yep, exactly. And you can change the teen in the lobby as well. So if you were customizing Reggie and then the quick play lobby pops, you can switch to some other teen.
Great.
Yeah, we don't have separate skill ratings for each team like we do with Monster.
Yeah, and I guess we should have said at the start of this, the team is working really hard on making the game more accessible.
Yes.
And onboarding is really, really important for us. We know that that's a sticky
queue
point, so we're
times.
trying to make those things more fluid in the game to get more players to stick around and play more often. So that's really where our focus is right now. It's this gameplay update is a big focus on making the game better in all the areas that are having any sticky problems at all.
Yes. Alongside that, the next feature we want to talk about is the tip system. So
Is this where people can give me money? They can tip me money?
Well, that would be another tip system that I guess is maybe
it's not that then.
on the side there. But the one I'm referring to is we're going to try to give players more in-the-moment guidance as they're learning the game through pop-ups, giving instructions and advice on how to play the game, and also teach you about certain parts of the game when it's happening.
Right. So the very first time something happens, our game is very complicated.
It takes a while to learn.
It takes a while to learn. There's lots of pieces. But the very first time you encounter something, like for the first time you get hit, the first time you see an injured teen, the first time you encounter a vending machine, whatever, something that you can interact with or need advice on how to do something, how to heal yourself.
Yeah, so say the game detects that you're injured and there's no monster around, it might bring up a hint saying, hey, you should go find a med kit or another teen and get healed.
Or if you're crafting and you hear the tension loop,
yeah, maybe you should
all of a sudden
go
it
hide.
said the monster's nearby.
Yeah,
Maybe
and
you should hide.
if you're totally new and you're just wandering the map, it would say, hey, look for a weapon station icon and head towards there and build a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
So just giving you those little nudges in the right direction. When the monster gets enraged, just giving you a little tip. Oh, this is what it means, in case you've never had that happen to you before.
Great.
So that's the idea.
that's something that players can turn it off if they don't want that system, but it's something that will engage. They can actually turn it on longer, I think, if they want it to.
Yes.
So it'll be a first iteration of it. We are going to expand on it, but we're going to
add more prompts to it,
soon.
make it smarter, make sure it doesn't get in the way,
and see how people interact with it.
Exactly, and collect feedback. So
the idea is just to really help new players bridge the gap and get to that experienced player level, right? So.
Exactly.
Great.
Let's see what else. The one of the big things that I was excited to talk about is our danger sense experiment.
Danger sense.
Well.
Yeah, my danger sense is tingling.
Yeah, there's actually a little callback to Spidey sense somewhat.
Somewhat, yeah.
So as the community knows, we've been looking at the feedback based on monster experience, monster being ambushed by teens, and how it can cause some stress and frustration for some monster players.
I think that's one of the most asked and talked about features is when we're going to help fix so there's no ambushes.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a difficult issue to tackle because, again, the game is balanced around being able to build a weapon and then use stealth to find the best angle of attack. But we also are very aware that the monster would always feel that there's danger on the corner and they're not sure, and they're always in this high stress, high tension, like attack can come at any moment kind of feeling. So we were looking at addressing that. We've talked about before using audio cues. And we did try that, but we found that first off, it made there's even more burden on the player to be listening out for every little sound.
Yeah,
and there's already a lot of that.
Yeah, audio is super important already. Hearing every footstep, hearing every breathing noise, hearing every craft finish, whatever you hear as a monster, having to have an extra sound in there is just...
The soundscape is just getting too
quite
cluttered.
Yeah.
So, and also, it reduces our accessibility. So we tried instead a visual cue, which is in a way already in the game with the doll master. When he's possessing a doll, he is getting this...
The vignette around
the colored
edge.
border to indicate that his body's threatened. So we were looking at that, and that works really well. So we want to try something for all monsters. So that's where this danger sense came in. We've been experimenting, we've been iterating on it, and where we're currently at with it is essentially when a teen is within 15 meters of with an energized weapon, so it wouldn't count if you were still charging a holy staff or an enigma or a shock sphere, then the monster's reticle, the targeting reticle, would change. So you would be able to know, okay, I don't know where the danger is exactly, how close it is, in what direction, but I do know that there's something that could attack me within 15 meters of me, which is about the longest attack range for the beam weapons.
Yeah, and people are probably thinking, wow, that sounds like a pretty hot change to make in the game. It is a big change, and we've been playing it internally, and what it really does is it really balances the play field for teens and monsters in that the monsters now, teens when they're crafting can hear the tension track, or even when they're not crafting, they can be anywhere in the level and hear the tension track and know the monster's somewhere nearby. They don't get the direction orientation, but they understand the monster's nearby. And now the monsters get the same thing. When I first thought I'd try it, I thought, wow, this is really going to change or ruin or make the flavor of the game change. It does change the game.
Yeah.
But I found it still balances really well. Teens can still, you don't get perfect information, right? You don't know where they are. You don't know if it's more than one teen around you with a weapon. So you make a lot of decisions in the moment that are based off of the information you have, which is limited. So if you hit a teen and then chase the teen into an area, you might think, okay, I know they're the one with the weapon and I can chase them down. There might be another teen still around the corner. And those types of ambushes, I feel, are the best ambushes in our game when you're working as a team to lead the monster towards a target. The monster's got to be aware that's something that teens are trying to do. Bring him here. Like I've got a weapon. Like so that sort of conjunction still works without the problem where the monsters are constantly like I can now run through the level pretty freely until I see the monster sense going off, and then I have to start going, okay, where could they possibly be? Like it's imperfect information, so I just have to start playing more cautiously, and it really takes away from that kid jumping up from behind the corner and just blasting you with the blaster, and you had no chance in the back. Yeah, so.
Yeah, exactly. And we found that teens adapted. There's a lot more team fights because that's the most effective way to bring multiple weapons to bear on the monster from multiple angles to pen them in, which is exciting, like a battle moment. There's a lot more Molotov and slingshot
because of the
projectiles
distance.
coming out because you can those have significant range, but also the monster has more ability to dodge those.
Yeah, and I think monsters have had great success in dodging and moving around some of the longer weapons and things like that. We should say that we're not just bringing this in. This is in testing, but it's also with a lot of changes to other areas to balance this.
Yeah,
it's not simply.
We know this change impacts the game a lot, and we're very carefully monitoring the balance. And there will be a raft of balance changes coming with that patch as well.
Yeah, we're doing some modifications to the crafting times and some other pieces.
The teens won't be left out to dry. No. Like we're also like the teens have been able to handle this change quite well once they adapted. So it's surprising how resilient the teens are. Or I'm consistently surprised whenever we change stuff. They're able to figure out ways around it or just adjust their strategy, and they're suddenly very effective still. So, but yeah, there are a bunch of changes with the perks, with weapon mods, with mutations that are also coming in, and then more will be coming.
Yeah, and we'll see how it plays in a bigger group.
Yeah.
Obviously, our team has found it's worked really well, but we'll learn a lot the minute we give it out to the community. So we'll see what happens. But we're pretty, and it's going into the main game. It's not going into the. It'll be throughout the game, but it'll be in the main. It's not something we're testing or hidden in any way. It'll be in the main game. We think it's a good, healthy change for the game. Great. Is there anything else on your list?
I think that. Oh yes. Well, just looking forward to some performance optimizations we've also been doing. So we've been always listening to the feedback and how game performance would start to get a little worse with some of the patches. So we've been putting a lot of attention on speeding up the frame rate, reducing our CPU and GPU load, optimizing things here and there. So looking forward to that. We've already detected a significant frame rate increase internally. So.
Yeah, and we've done a bunch of work to optimize a lot of areas. It'll affect different people different ways because they have different GPUs and different
hardware.
CPUs, different hardware. But overall, we know as we're adding a bunch of features, we sometimes don't get around to optimizing as much as we'd like to. And so we were spending a lot of time on the health and balance of the game right now. So that's really what we're trying to do, is make it a better experience overall. And optimization is a great experience for people. It makes better frame rates a better game.
Yep.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Great. Thank you, Jeff. That's a lot of stuff.
Yeah. It's exciting times.
Good. Looking forward to see how people adapt when they get the new monster sense.
Yes. I'll be keeping a very close eye on it, and we would love to hear your feedback on these changes when they go in.
Perfect. Thanks.
Yep.
Hello.
Oh, hello, Sydney.
Oh, hi, Eman.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
How is you doing?
I'm thriving, honestly.
Thriving and surviving. That's great to hear.
And you know what? I'm smelling something as well. It smells like perhaps love is almost in the air.
That's what that was.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that was.
Valentine's Day.
Thank goodness it was. That's what it was.
Just love.
Yes. It has a hint of cinnamon.
I think I'm getting cinnamon. Yeah.
Spicy. Nice. Yes, it's that wonderful time of year when you express your heartfelt feelings
And
to
now
those most special to you.
you can do that in VHS too.
That's right, because we have a Valentine Day event coming up.
We do. I think it's starting February 10th.
Excellent.
And there's going to be lots of fun stuff involved. We got login rewards are coming.
People love those.
They do.
Get you playing.
We got all new store rotation with lots of Valentine's Day goodies.
I've seen a few. Sneak peek. No spoilers.
Nope.
But if you liked what we did for Year of the Rabbit, don't worry. We got you.
And, this one I'm very excited about. We have
No, tell us.
an all-new limited movie coming out for free called My Forever Love.
But it's more than a movie. Are we
Yeah.
telling a little bit of the back lore?
A little bit. This is an exciting one because this is actually a movie written by Faith in a diary entry. So we all know Faith is a romantic, a hopeless romantic. She writes little love stories in her diary, and now it's been sucked into the beyond, and we actually get to see what she's written.
I think that's an amazing idea. It's a great way to change it up.
Yeah.
It'll add some fresh takes on content. Again, stuff I've seen. It's really cool. Character team is doing a bang-up job.
Oh, yeah.
And I have to get to work on the cover.
Ooh, I can't wait to see it.
Me too. But it'll look awesome. It's going to be fun. There's going to be some nice little touches to the story, but it's going to suit the Valentine feel. I think it'll be well enjoyed.
I can't wait for you guys to see it.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of movies,
We got new movies coming.
ooh, we got lots of new movies on the way.
Here, video. It's got new free limited edition movie rentals every second Tuesday.
Can you believe that? Every other Tuesday, we're going to have a new or fan favorite coming back limited movie.
That's really cool. I
Yeah.
like that because that brings back a few that people may have missed out on the first time, or new players that may have never seen these movies. They get another chance at it.
Totally. For example, 2 Feet Under.
2 Feet
2
Under.
Feet Under. Maybe
The
you've
original.
played the Christmas version, but you haven't played the original.
And the original has lots of fun content in there. It was one of our first ones. So you guys can get a second shot at it.
Yeah, and we're also introducing a new piece to this movie system. So with our new movies, the free limited movies coming out every other Tuesday, you're going to have a period where you can play it for free. And if you don't finish it, instead of it passing out of the rotation, you actually have the opportunity to purchase the movie, get the collector's edition, and then you own it forever. And you can play through it at your leisure.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. And on top of that, you get a exclusive costume variant. There's going to be lots of different types, some like higher value premium costumes, some more variants that'll be like lower priced. So lots of different options, but those are going to be unlocked on day one with the purchase. So that's something exclusive with the collector's edition.
Ooh. Yeah, there's lots of great cosmetics and other little fun pieces that you can find in there. Definitely well worth partaking in. Rent to own.
Rent to own. Should we show them some movies?
I think we
sneak
should,
peeks?
because I think people will be interested in knowing, what could I actually own? What could you rent? What could you play? How about W.A.R.T X?
It's called warts.
Wartsk.
Warts.
Wartsk. Can you guys see it?
I hope they can see it.
Can you guys see it? X. I don't want to give away too much about them yet, but I'll tell you, this one says, discover the exponential future potential of WART. Evolution to the max.
There's
look
some
at
nice
him.
copy on there, Sydney.
Look at him on there. Come on.
He's adorable.
What a cutie.
There's some great cosmetics in there, hint, hint.
Mm-hmm.
That's a small spoiler.
What else do we have coming? Ooh.
Here's an oldie but a goodie. People that have been very, very observant in the video store at Video may have seen this poster on the wall. It is
Cyberwolf
2000.
2000. Is it Cyberwolf or Cyberwolf?
Depends what part of the world you're from. I don't think there's a wrong way to say it as long as you're saying it.
You heard it here first.
That's one of my favorites.
Is it?
Yes, it's a poster I mulled over for many, many weeks on and off. Partially almost as a joke when we were starting to do it. It's just a fun take on futuristic movies.
This one's amazing. It says, it has come from the future with one purpose, to either save mankind or destroy it. I feel like lots of our limited movies started out as jokes, and now they've just become real movies.
Maybe that's where the good stuff really comes from.
This one I'm really excited about.
The prequel. How it all began. Ladies and gentlemen, enter the Eviscerator.
This one's pretty sweet. We got, before Deathwire arose to rebel, the desolate world of the near future watched one television game show above all others, the Eviscerator. This one is kind of a behind the scenes, a little bit about the creator of the Deathbot that we all know and love.
It's very cool. I love it that you get to add a little bit more lore to where it all comes from.
This one's got some hidden secrets in it too.
And there's some great pieces in there to be found if you rent it.
Oh yeah. Oh, last but not least, a crowd favorite. We have
Team Wolf.
Team Wolf!
Finally.
Right?
Finally, right?
So many of you guys have been asking, where is Team Wolf? Where are the busted open sneakers? Where's the cool jacket?
Yeah, where's that mountain leather jacket?
It's right here.
We see it in the store. The poster's been up for a while. It's time.
It's time.
And I love this one. I think I came up with the copy on the top. They picked the wrong kid in school to have a food fight with.
I think most of the copy on the box art is
A lot of times,
100% Eman.
yeah, I kind of run rough on that one. Do what I please, but when I'm smart, I'll actually ask Sydney for help.
Well, those are the sneak peeks we have for you guys. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
Lots of good cosmetics. Thanks, Chris.
So get excited.
It's
Every
a
other
l-
Tuesday.
Every other Tuesday. It's going to be good times. That's about all I have to contribute in this. So I think I should pass it back to Chris.
Sweet. Cheers.
Prost.
All right.
We're back.
We're back again
Yeah.
for our last little section.
So yeah, it sounds like we've got a lot of great stuff coming up.
Yeah. This is going to be great.
It's gonna be really fun. I'm excited to play through those movies.
Ooh, me
And-
too.
And Team Wolf has been. I mean, I know the cosmetics. Anyone who's in the beta probably knows the cosmetics because they saw a sneak preview of those. But amazing stuff.
Seriously.
Really cool stuff. Great. So what else is there? Some questions and answers.
Oh, best of 2022.
Oh, I missed that section.
First.
Oh, so yeah, a lot of people have been asking, when is Enter this coming back? When is that coming back? When is this coming back? Yeah. So soon.
Soon. The answer is soon.
So we're basically going through a list of requests that people have asked for. I think we asked on our socials what people wanted to see come back, and we're also looking at things that people sold well and people wanted, and checking other areas. So we're making a list of things that will be coming back as some bundles. We'll do some best of bundles.
Yes.
And we're also going to run some things back in through the store.
Yeah, so if you missed any really cool cosmetics, emotes, you will have a second chance.
Yeah. That's starting.
Already.
Yes.
I
starting,
believe they've
I think some things
already-
have started now, and then they're going all the way through the March. So we're going to use those 2 months to do the best of. So we're unconventional here at Hellbent, where we don't just do the best of the week after New Year's. We do or the week before New Year's. We do it
We like to wait a little.
February, March.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're casual that
Here they
way.
come.
Yeah. I think one of the most requested ones was the Gene Queen.
Oh, Gene Queen, I will
Yeah.
promise you guys, we'll make sure Gene
Yeah.
Queen will be in there.
The Spectrals will they'll come back. I know
Yep.
that Spectrals people are sad when they miss Spectrals. Someone yesterday was playing, and they were sad that they had to look at the little baby butt all the time
Well,
on trailer.
what's wrong with the baby butt?
I like the baby
It's
butt.
cute.
But they want a little variety.
That's
Yeah,
understandable.
not just Spectrals butt all the time.
You'll have a chance for other butts.
Get some more butts.
Yep.
And tails and things. Yeah. Cool.
Last but not
Now we
least.
can do the questions and answers.
Yeah, we asked you guys what you wanted us to talk about on Twitter, and we had so many questions, which was great.
And we're not answering all of them right now because the update will be as long as our Christmas update.
Right. And we went through a lot of them already. We addressed a lot of the questions
sure.
asked.
In the process.
But last couple, Anomaly when? We're aiming for March.
Anomaly.
Anomaly.
That's the creepy one.
You're familiar with Anomaly.
People like the Anomaly. Yeah,
I love the Anomaly.
I love seeing people playing with it. So we're still working on finalizing the pieces with it, but yeah, it's coming
soon.
Coming soon. Spoon.
Did Kenzo get any better at firebombs?
Did Kenzo get better at firebombs? You know what? I think is Kenzo here?
I don't
No.
see him.
You know what? Kenzo's pretty good at firebombs.
What?
He's actually really good at firebombs. The problem is when he makes mistakes with a firebomb, he makes them on the biggest stage possible.
Right.
Yeah.
And everybody knows.
Yeah. And like he tries to plan things with Kyle where they do a double firebomb. It's going to be spectacular. It's almost as bad as the incident. Do you know the incident?
I'm not familiar. No.
Tech Smith. He's a streamer,
I think I might have heard of him.
influencer. I
Right.
don't know. Yeah. He was playing a game once and he finished building a firebomb and then he announced to his whole stream, "Watch this. This is going to be like it's amazing." And then runs downstairs into the lobby of the hotel, has a perfectly placed shot. He has a perfect chance at a perfectly placed shot on the monster. They're right there in front of him. You know what he does?
Tell me.
He hits the railing on the stairs instead of the monster.
Oh.
And then what do you do when you do that? How do you recover from that?
You can't.
You can't. You just shut off your stream.
So,
Yeah.
long answer. I guess short answer. Did Kenzo get better at firebombs? No, but he's better than Tech.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
I think that's fair.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, There have been some minor incidents with Kenzo, but he's a good player, really good player. In fact, if you come up against him as a monster, good luck.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, not as bad as TechSmith, that's for sure.
Another question. I don't know if we want to answer this,
Hmm.
but is there a roadmap coming soon? Do we have a long-term roadmap that we're gonna give people?
Yeah, I think we will come up with. I mean, we're doing a lot of changes right now because we're in early access. So like predicting what we're doing a couple months from now, we've had to switch gears a few times to try to figure out what's best for the game because we're really trying to balance the game right now. That's what early access is about: is finding what's working, what's not working, and making those changes. And like we talked with Jeff, a lot of pretty spicy things we're putting in to make the game better. But we will come up with a roadmap pretty soon. I think once we have a picture of the cadence of what's going on. I mean, we do have a lot of content built already.
Mm-hmm.
We have more maps, we have more monsters, we have some other things that we've been building on. And we'll try to show you sort of how we showed the anomaly and the ice station off. We'll show those early.
Another question. Console? We get a lot of questions about console.
And console, I mean, we'd love to do console. I mean, I own the consoles. I play on console.
Mm-hmm.
I love console. I love seeing our game on the big screen. In fact, sometimes I hook my computer up to the big screen just to pretend I'm playing on console. But it's something we'd love to do. It's just a matter of getting more people in. So get your friends, get more people playing the game, and we can get working on console. If we get those numbers up of players, we can get lots of things happening in the game right away.
Sweet. Last thing, can we give a little update on where we are at with the rewinders? Because I know we've been looking. We're kind of getting close to sending out a new wave of rewinders. We're just in our last phases right now.
Yeah, so we have a list of people we're vetting. We've been looking over their content. It's a hard thing to do. We have to actually have multiple people look over other content because people have a lot of content, and to make sure it matches us, make sure it's positive, it's diverse, it's accepting, it represents different areas of the world. Lots of things because we have people playing in lots of different countries and different languages,
Right.
different backgrounds. We want to make sure we don't want to have anyone who's not matching the fun and diverse sort of background we're looking for.
Totally.
But we also made a slight change. We're not going to be accepting applications for rewinders. We will be approaching rewinders, potential rewinders. We still have a list of people who are on that list. But we have a list of people we're going to approach. And if you are interested in being a rewinder, you can still reach out to us and submit yourself as a rewinder. We're just not having a formal application. I think it's a hard thing when people are on the formal list and then we have to pick between a lot of people and we pick only 5 or 10
Right.
people. That it sort of lets up a lot of people. I know a lot of people were disappointed when they weren't picked last time, but it's a hard thing to go through so many people and pick
Yeah.
out representatives. So.
I know. We're so grateful for the amount of applicants that we get.
Absolutely.
And we do have a short list now for our next wave,
Yeah.
so we'll be really excited
And we
to
get
announce
lots of
those soon.
recommendations too.
Yeah.
So that's just great. I mean, current rewinders recommend people, other players play and recommend people. We get a lot of, so we are going to be bringing some people in. So if you are excited about something, on Discord, let us know who you want to be a rewinder,
Yeah.
and we will be bringing some new people in very, very soon. So that's exciting news.
And with that, I think
That's
our
our
last.
update. Yeah. So Happy New Year, Happy Valentine's Day, happy all the things.
Be happy.
Be happy. Don't worry.
Don't worry.
Be happy.
Was it recording this whole time?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's
so-
how we get outtakes.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
It's a trick we do here. Ingredients: artificial sugar, caffeine, cinnamon hearts, more caffeine, more
More cinnamon
water,
hearts.
more cinnamon hearts, carbonation. Yeah.
I would drink this.
Everything growing boy needs.
Triple the caffeine and cinnamon hearts makes your heart beat faster.
For example, 6 Feet Under. Maybe you've played the sequel, but you don't know the original. And we can't have that.
It may actually be known as 2 feet under.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
I think we got to schedule more funny in
We
these.
gotta put in some more funny, I think.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh well.